Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. We've got Nathan leading out with a Stitcher Supplier, an ideal opening for this Hogaak deck as it's going to put 3 cards into the graveyard, and it is a body for Convoking Hogaak as well. He is black. You need black or green, and that actually gets Force of Willed. We see a Bridge from Below at least in hand. Let's see what else. Oh, Hedron Crab is also a fantastic creature. That resolves, and the land drop puts 3 cards in the graveyard this turn. 1 Delver of Secrets for Eli. A great start in both decks, functioning quite well so far. Vengevine's in the graveyard for Hogaak, and we actually have a Fatal Push clearing away that Hedron Crab. Couple of Bridge from Below, 3 Bridge from Belows. Those are absolute bricks when they're in your hand. That is not where you want those. You want those in the graveyard. And then a card like Fatal Push ends up being so much worse. Careful Study could do a lot of work here. Drawing 2. Discarding 2 Bridge from Below. Another Underground Sea is going to enable another Careful Study. And Vengevine, a consideration. Looks like Hogaak and Bridge from Below. Another land, and passing the turn, he's got another fetch land. So even if he does draw a Hedron Crab, will be better for him to have that fetch land in play. But he's going to be able to fire off this Vengevine on his turn. He cracks the fetch land during the end step. I'd expect a Dryad Arbor here. Well, maybe he already drilled the Dryad Arbor? Dryad Arbor really strong here in that if he does get it removed with like a Lightning Bolt or, I mean, a Bug Delver or Abrupt Decay, whatever the removal spell might be, at that point you're going to get 3 2/2 zombies and be right back in this race, probably just winning the race. Vengevine being cast. Now, since it's the first creature being cast, it's pretty dicey to Force a Will this. If he has another 1-drop creature, the Vengevine will just come back anyways. So this is a definite decision here for Eli. He's got a bit of a life total. And he's going to throw a Daze at this. Nathan cracking his fetch. Paying the 1. Oh, and it resolves. I'm not sure if that was a play from Eli trying to take advantage of the fact that Dryad Arbor hasn't been fetched out. Nathan unable to fetch Dryad Arbor there. Yeah, I don't see it in the graveyard. I am a little... I'm curious if this is an inaccuracy in Nathan's line or if I'm missing something. Dryad Arbor would have also allowed Hogaak to be cast. It's another body. Ponder for Eli. $13-5 here, just a couple of swings. And now a Tarmogoyf on the ground is actually going to dwarf this Vengevine. But Nathan's facing down a couple of swings from this Delver. Now he is fetching. Nathan did swing with the Vengevine. Eli would take the 4 damage, as he would not want to give a whole bunch of zombies. And Hogaak being cast. So lethal damage on board for Nathan, but Eli only needs to swing a couple of times in the air. Bumping Nathan down to 1 life. A wasteland. Not likely to target the Dryad Arbor, as that might actually just lose the game on the spot. Yeah, it would. Bayou chosen. All of those Bridge from Belows would trigger. Once Upon a Time. Looking for help, looking for a happy ending to this story in game number 1, but I think it's going to go to Eli. Sees a Vengevine. Vengevine represents enough damage. Exactly enough damage, but he can't cast it this turn. And that is going to do it. So Eli picking up game number 1. All right, we are through the sideboarding. Assessing these opening hands. Nathan's going to be on the play. Looks like he's got Altar of Dementia, which is one of the most dangerous cards in the deck. Eli going to go ahead and mulligan. Spent a solid amount of time figuring out exactly what he wants his 60 cards to look like post-board. He is ready to go here. Will this 6 be enough? Mulling low against a deck like Hogaak is going to be very difficult. It does force a war of attrition in a lot of ways. There are key cards that must be countered, or you have to race it. He's going to stay at 6 and a Stitcher Supplier. An ideal opening, but whiffs and only hits lands. That's pretty suboptimal. We see a Cabal Therapy, a nice pairing with the Stitcher Supplier. Underground Sea for Eli as well. And a Delver. And that is what you want. I know I say it a lot on the channel when Delver's playing, but I mean, you've seen it. The hands where you get a turn 1 Delver to stick, you're going to win a lot more of those matches. We see a Fatal Push, Force of Will. And this first Cabal Therapy actually whiffs. I would imagine it would have named Force of Will. Perhaps it was on Surgical Extraction. And now Stitcher Supplier being sacrificed, putting 3 more cards, including another Cabal Therapy. And it's going to grab a Fatal Push. The Dryad Arbor being played. Ponder allows Delver to flip, and Eli's going to look to hold things together for the next 7 turns. As this Delver goes to work, he may be able to add to that clock with a Goyf or another Delver. We may just use these cantrips to find the best possible interaction. Cards like Wasteland, Force of Will, Surgical Extraction, any graveyard hate he may have. He's not played his land for turn. I believe he's got a Wasteland that he can drop. And he will take out the Dryad Arbor. Careful study. And there's a bridge from below in hand. Eli assessing that. Force of wills it. Really just needs to hold on for 6 more turns. Force of will functioning like a time walk here. Another land enters the battlefield in a ponder. I actually don't like playing that land first. If he does find a wasteland, he might have been happy to get rid of Nathan's only other mana source, more than playing that fetch. That may end up being an inaccuracy, we'll see. Fetching. Tropical Island. And another ponder. So many ponders. They've been doing their job, finding this Tormod's Crypt very significant. Tormod's cannot really stop Hogaak in its tracks, but it can certainly slow it down. And really against this draw, it may look more like stopping them in their tracks, as very little Nathan has going on. Stuck on one land. A brainstorm now. Eli just has to hold this together for 4 more turns. And he'll be the ELD Legacy Open champion. Nathan needs to find a way back into this game, and it needs to be quick. Another land drop made for Eli. 1 land facing down a Tormod's in a 3-turn window. Bayou, Tropical Island, and Underground Sea. All the different duels that this deck plays on board. And now just 2 turns. And at this point it seems like Nathan has to draw a mana source and Abrupt Decay that Delver. And we see a Surgical Extraction in Eli's hand for good measure, as he is the ELD Legacy Open champion. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.